Okay, let's start with swinging of the arms. And remember, you can make this a full body exercise. I see some of you already doing it, adding the legs. Bending the knees, timing, bending of the legs with ascending and descending arms. Let's turn to the side. Keep the feet parallel. Breathing deeply in the nose. Deep abdominal breathing. You can choose to exhale out the mouth if you desire. Let's turn to the other side. And now let's put one foot forward. As mentioned previously, I'm just going to turn to the side here. That gives me my right foot forward. If you're mirroring me, it's going to give you your left foot forward. And now I'm going to bow the whole body. Bow the whole body and lift my toe and heel. It's nice to get that abdominal front torso stretch. And let's turn to the other side, switching sides, switching feet. So you feel the momentum of the arms. And I'd like you to just keep track and remember the feeling of momentum. Today we're going to look at the bow, pulling the bow, and try to access that feeling of momentum in the movement when we do somewhat, let's stop, somewhat of an upper body movement, but when we incorporate the whole body, we can get this feeling of momentum in opening and closing. So we're going to explore that today. Now let's go to the windlass. Putting one foot forward, doesn't matter which one. And as if we're holding on to a rod, the hands are going to stay, about shoulder width. It doesn't matter. You can explore. And then you want to give a little soft fist where you lightly touch middle finger and thumb together. That's what we call a Tai Chi fist. So we got one foot forward and we're moving with the windlass now. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Go with your breath. Inhale, long, deep inhale, and exhale. Try to find a nice, comfortable, smooth, continuous pace for yourself. Relaxed, semi-sleep state. Let's switch legs now. I'm going to simply switch to the other side here. That's going to give me now my left foot forward. Focus on moving breath and body in coordination. Breath and body in coordination. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Let's switch legs again. And now we're going to reverse directions. Now, as you're doing this, the study requires that you observe your body. The study of the Qigong movement requires that you continuously observe your body, because as you're trying to achieve more relaxed states, you're needing to disengage tissues that are not required. So that process of disengaging tissues requires that you monitor the body and let go of tissues that are not needed at a given moment, and only engage the tissues that are needed at a given moment. And because the movement is continuous, then it requires your continual focus for all those tissues that might be engaging or disengaging. And so, in that light, if you are continuously relaxing and continuously monitoring the body, in theory, your movement should become slower and slower and slower and more relaxed. Let's switch legs again. Okay, let's turn. Well, I'm going to be turning back to the center, and I've got both feet parallel, shoulder width apart. And now I'm just making the movements smaller and smaller as I come to a close and cease the movement for this particular exercise. Take a second, let your arms and hands relax, and just allow yourself to feel stillness in contrast to the movement that we were just doing. And let your all of your tissues now fully relax. Of course, you're standing, so not 100%, but a lot of the upper body tissues that we were just engaging can fully relax now. Okay, from here, we're going to go to pushing the stone tablet. Pushing the stone tablet. So I'm going to lift my hands, inhaling. One hand pushing forward while the other opposite elbow pulls back. Turn and twist your torso as well. Come back to center, bring the hands back to center. Inhale or exhale, it can be exhale. Breathe comfortably, normally. Switch hands, pushing forward, and elbow stretching back, as well as turning and stretching the torso. Sink the weight, bend the knees. You can inhale and stretch. And then exhale, release to come back to center. Inhale, start the next movement. And exhale, finish the next movement. Look back to your elbow. Bend your knees and sink your weight. Inhale and stretch. And exhale, come back to center. Relax and disengage tissues to come back to center. Inhale to stretch. And then exhale, release the stretch like you're slowly releasing a rubber band. Breathe comfortably, naturally. I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side to give a side view here. Inhale, stretch here. Exhale, release the stretch. Come back to center. Let's do a couple more, one each side. Bend the knees, sink the weight as you stretch. And we're going to come back to center. Make this one your last one. Inhale, bring the hands to center. And exhale, slowly releasing, relaxing the hands. Now we're going to go to pull the bow. Take a second here, just observe the body. Let the arms and shoulders fully relax. Engage your deep abdominal breathing. Okay, we're going to inhale again while lifting the arms. Exhale. Assume the position like stop, don't shoot. Only you're closing the fist. So let's look at this movement before we make it a full body movement. We're opening the chest using the back muscles to pull shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand back. That's going to be inhale. And exhale, closing the chest, trying to touch the elbows and rounding the back. Rounding the back. Almost like you're touching the elbows, but you're also trying to project them forward. Open again. Inhaling deeply. And exhale. Close. Round the back. Project your elbows forward as you try to touch. Inhale again, open. Exhale, close. These are pretty much the extremes. We're kind of going to the extremes of this movement. So now we're going to put one foot forward, and it doesn't matter which one. So let's just first establish a nice rocking motion forward and back. And it's going to be the same pace as your breathing, so you'll want to have it slow. Inhale, let's see, inhale. Back, exhale, forward. Inhale, back. And if you know spine waves, start incorporating that. Exhale, forward. Good. Now we're going to start using pulling the bow. So we're going to go back to open, forward to close. Back to open, inhaling. Exhaling, forward, close. Try to find a nice pace for yourself. Okay, I'm going to turn to the other side now so that I can switch legs. If it helps, you can establish first your rocking pace, and then you can add the upper body movement. So we're inhaling, sitting back, and then exhaling, forward. Okay, I'm going to start to add the arms now. Inhaling back, that's opening. Rocking forward to close. And this is where we're looking at the momentum of the movement. We're looking at the momentum of the torso's movement that then goes into the movement of the arms. We're feeling how the momentum helps to stretch the front part of the torso and even the back part of the torso. It also helps with the timing of the movement as well, and sort of building your rhythmic um, movement, trying to coordinate breath and body. Let's come back to center now. We're going to complete the movement. See if you can sustain that rhythm that you just uh, were using and doing. See if you can sustain that rhythm as you bring the movement to a close. We're going to start to open the hands now as we come into squeeze. And we're going to let the hands gradually descend. See if we can feel and engage that energy ball. Let the hands then relax and just pause, step into that feeling of stillness, trying to find that feeling of wuji, emptiness. Okay, let's go to the large rock, arcs its wings and spreads its wings. So now we're going to push the hands forward, but remember, we're not just pushing hands forward, we're pushing the back open and round. So you want to have this nice round feeling. You can tuck in your hips, bend your knees, that helps. So we're inhaling and coming in. You can rise if you like. Exhale, push out, sink the weight. Inhale, come in. And exhale, push out to the front and also the back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward and back. Let's make this your last one. Come to the center. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release the arms and hands. And we're going to play with the spread the wings a little bit. So we're going to revisit our spiral movement. And we're going to slowly start the hand and the hands on the track of the spiral. And eventually we're going to stretch our wings. Inhale, come around the front. Exhale, around the back. Find a nice, smooth, continuous, comfortable pace for yourself. So we're not really flexing the wrist as much as when we actually do the stretch. But now we're going to start to incorporate it, and we're going to push the shoulders back and down as well as we look up and forward. We're trying to keep a continuous pace. So we're slightly gonna hold the position for maybe a breath cycle, and then we're gonna release. So we're stretching. Breathe comfortably here. You're gonna inhale before you move. And exhale, release the stretch, release the posture. Inhale again. Exhale, stretch. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale again. Exhale, stretch. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release. At your own pace now. Okay, great. Now we're going to complete the movement and we're going to spiral inward back to our resting position. Eventually, you bring the movement to a close, resting the arms at your side, resting shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Deep abdominal breathing. Good. Now let's shake the tail and wag the head. First, we'll bend the knees and place the hands on our knees just to get the weight of the torso off the lower back. I'm actually discovering how useful this movement is in elongating the spine. Helps to open the spine and just get some snap, crackle, and pops out. Just resting the lower back. Now we're going to turn our head. And direction we're turning our head, we're pushing in the opposite with our hand, trying to look at the bum behind you. You're looking at your tail. Try to also sink your weight as you look back behind you. Inhale and come to center.
And exhale, turn to the other side. Inhale, come to center. And exhale, turn to the other side. Push with the knee, or push against the knee rather, with your hand. Breathe comfortably, naturally. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, turn to the other side. Switch again. Anytime you need to get up, go ahead, that's fine. All right, let's come back to center. Inhale. Slowly come up, rolling the spine. Helps to drop your hips first. Bring your hips over your feet. Slowly roll. Inhaling as you roll up. Exhaling, stabilizing, posturing. Okay, now we're gonna do baby bird receives the food. So this movement, think of an hourglass shape, in the way that my hands come out. When they pass torso, they come in. Sometimes you can have one in front of the other, and then they come out again. But what we like to do is keep a rounded structure in the shoulders and in the chest. This helps to keep and open the shoulder joint girdle area and facilitate energy to go out the hand. So again, hourglass shape, and that's facilitated by the elbows. In a way, the elbows are sort of staying fixed in their position, and the hands are hourglassing up and down. But let's incorporate the whole body. So we give a little bit of a wide base, a little bit past shoulder width. And best thing to do first is to establish the elbow and shoulder position, rounding the chest, arcing the back, sink the weight now. And now inhale, come up, open, exhale down. Feel the tissues relaxing as you exhale, sinking the weight. Inhale up. Exhale down. With your breath, inhaling up. And exhale down. Go at your own pace with comfortable breathing, natural breathing, deep abdominal breathing for yourself.
baby bird receives the food. Let's bring the movement to a close. Let the hands relax. Arms relax, shoulders relax. Bring the feet in together. Checking in on the posture, checking in on the alignment. Elongating the spine to lift the head up to the sky, slightly tucking in the chin. Feel yourself in the middle of three powers: heaven, man, and earth. Heaven connected to the sky via the head. Earth connected to the feet at the Yongquan point in the feet, and yourself in the middle. And feel these three powers around and within. Let your breathing become natural and normal.